Arena Master, we got that. Abbreviations, if you're not familiar with RPG, that helps out. It's as simple, it's quick to go, you get playing. It gives you turn-based with RPG, flat surface, battle mats help, any marker you want, any miniature that you want. It could be pennies, dimes, quarters, it doesn't matter. If all else fails, draw on it and with pencil and paper. It doesn't matter. To start, you put one peon in the middle of the arena, allow the players to kill it, and once it dies, DB, the arena starts. The first section is 5 rounds. Each round is the number of skeletons. So first round 1 skeleton, 5th round 5 skeletons, 10th round 10 skeletons, 15th round 15 peon skeletons. Round 6 to 10, 11 to 15. Let's see, second stage, you add walls. If you're really advanced player, you can add advanced arena master, add some traps. By round 3, you'll definitely be adding walls and traps, and then there's the boss fight. We highly recommend, if you only have 2 or 3 people in your party, that when you start getting into the second stage, substitute 6 peons for 1 captain. In between every round, it's a 1-minute game time, so that way people can cast their heals and whatnot. In between each stage is a full rest mod, so give them a chance to recharge, and there's no break to the boss. Peons are mindless. Captain tries to use peons and the map to get side attacks, and the boss is you. Storefront, you can pause this. I'll just give you about 5 or 10 seconds so you can actually see that. More cask, flask, and cost. Like I said, I'll give you about 5 seconds or so to see this. If you want to pause it, you can write things down. And same thing here. Drop traps, cask, and barrel. Give you a few seconds, so if you want to pause that, you can write stuff down. Feats. This is when somebody goes, I want to climb, I want to run, I'm going to throw, I'm going to try to toss this, I'm going to throw this torch and see if it'll land in the middle of that hole and set all the oil on fire. Hey, they're going to come up with these questions. So these are your areas that cover it. Feat checks automatic means you don't roll. Nearly impossible, nigh impossible. They better have some bonuses. Just a few seconds, so if you want to write down those numbers, you can. Your mods, the Skelly is a peon. Armor class 15, hit points 20, 1 die 6 damage. It's a hive mind. If one person sees, they all see. The Warhorse has a rider, so it's actually 2 attacks going on each combat turn. The Warhorse actually has a bonus to hit on the hooves and the charge. The rider does not. Reactionary means when you leave your square, people get a free hit, but since this is a charge, they get a -4 to hit on any reactionary. But the rider gets a +1 to hit on his reactionary. Charge is a straight line. Knockback check. If they get knocked back, there's a daze. If they hit with a hoof, there's a chance for a daze. These are your stats, experience, and your arena points. The boss is you. Cheat like crazy. Just don't break the rules. Armor class 15. Hit points 108. 8 units of movement. 500 XP. AP 108. Great axe. 2 die 12 +4. With a +4 to hit. He is going to hit. So be ready for that. Cheap shot is that. He's a headbutt, knee to the groin, kick him in the shins, whatever the case may be. This also, it's a skeleton minotaur. They're all skeletons, by the way. Very important to note, because if you have a cleric, that's very important to know. The run is just a charge. Dazed is the same. Levels, if you want to continue, you can download these. There's lots of places that have all this information and all your stats if you don't have a player's handbook. Just remember, levels 1 to 5, they're pretty squishy. They're going to get knocked out pretty quick. And tips: follow the tactics of the monsters. Let the players decide their actions. Just don't let them take too long. And if all else fails, use the feats to determine success or not, so that way the dice determines, the player determines their fate, not you. Mods, very important. Carryover. After the death blow, any damage remaining, the player decides. Subtract 2, 4, or 6. If you subtract 2, whatever damage is left over, straight up roll to hit. -4, you get a +2 to your hit, and -6 is automatic hit. If it causes a death blow and there's any damage left over, you can do it again. So technically, there is no limit. You could probably spin around and kill 6 people. If you miss, carryover's over because it requires a death blow to activate. Storefront, only arena points can be spent on the storefront. Concussive mod, until level 5, it's not hardcore. You cannot die. You get like teleported out of the arena, whatever you want to discuss. It's your arena. Crowd bonus, a death blow is expected. It's boring, so if you can hit multiple creatures with one attack or kill multiple creatures in one attack, you can half or double your arena points. I like to do like poker chips, so a red is a half multiplier and a blue is a full multiplier. So during the whole combat round, if the guy is just swinging like crazy and hitting tons of things, give him a whole bunch of chips, so at the end he catches them all in of that turn. So that way that his 20, 40, let's say his 100 arena points might turn into 500, 600, 700, maybe even 1,000. And pre-made characters when we get them. We've got still more work to do, and that is it. A little longer than I wanted, but I will still try to get this up on the YouTube channel. Have a great day.